Hello, everyone, and welcome to Know Your Deets. Did you know that camels don't actually store water in their humps? Or that Donald Duck has starred in more movies than Mickey Mouse? Get ready to dive into a world of fascinating facts that will make you question everything you thought you knew. From the bizarre origins of popular movies to quirky animal trivia, we've got it all. Stay tuned because you won't believe what's coming next. 30 Incredible Facts to Make Your Day, Episode 6. The idea that camels store water in their humps to survive long treks through the desert is a misconception, although the hump is in fact an adaptation to desert life. Camels store almost all of their body fat in their humps in order to minimize the insulating effect on the rest of their bodies and keep themselves cooler in the searing heat. While Mickey Mouse is the official Disney mascot, Donald Duck holds the record for the most appearances in Disney movies. Although not used consistently across the US, the National Fire Protection Association has recommended guidelines for fire hydrant colors, with specific colors designated for different water pressure levels for quick identification. The original title for the movie Scream was Scary Movie. 4 years later, a movie primarily parodying Scream was released, titled Scary Movie. Each of the Beatles, except for John Lennon due to his death in 1980, has made a guest appearance on The Simpsons. The red fox, the most common fox in the world, is also the heaviest fox, with the heaviest specimens generally weighing up to around 14 kilograms. If Johnny Depp hadn't been available to play Willy Wonka in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Tim Burton's second choice was Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Only two US states have elevation points below sea level. California, lowest elevation minus 86 meters or minus 282 feet, and Louisiana, lowest elevation minus 2 meters or minus 7 feet. British coal miners used canaries as air quality indicators and early warning systems well into the 1980s. RAS syndrome, or redundant acronym syndrome, refers to the use of one or more of the words that make up the acronym in conjunction with the abbreviated form, such as saying, I'm going to the ATM machine, when the M in ATM already stands for machine. The redundancy of the word syndrome in the name of the effect is a tongue in cheek nod to the effect itself. Cows have an unusual dental configuration compared to humans and many other mammals. While they have molars on their top and bottom gums further back in their mouths, instead of matching upper and lower teeth in the front, they have lower teeth that press against a dental pad, which is a tough pad of skin on the top front section of their mouth. The formal name for the mathematical symbol for infinity, which looks like a sideways figure 8, is limnoscate. Millipedes, despite what the name implies, do not have 1,000 legs. Their leg count ranges from 24 to 750, depending on the species. In fact, most millipede species have under 100 legs. Astronauts in Earth orbit experience up to a 3% increase in height as their spinal column, free from the pressure of Earth's gravity, expands slightly. Naturally, once they return to Earth, the slight height gain vanishes soon thereafter. The first patented roller skates were introduced in 1760 by Belgian inventor John Joseph Merlin. His invention closely resembled modern inline skates, as they essentially took the ice skates and put small wheels where the blades would go. The safety lever on a hand grenade, the lever the soldier holds down after removing the pin but before throwing it, is commonly referred to as the spoon due to its shape. If you eat a diet rich in vegetables, then you're eating a wide variety of plant parts. For example, when we eat asparagus, we're eating the stem of the plant. With carrots, we're eating the root. With corn, we eat the seeds. With lettuce, we eat the leaves. And with broccoli, we eat the flower. Rats, mice, and other rodents, communicate not just in the range of sound frequencies humans can hear, approximately 20 to 20,000 hertz, but in ultrasonic frequencies as high as 70,000 hertz. If you wanted to see all seven wonders of the ancient world, there was a very brief window in which you could see them all in their glory. The Colossus of Rhodes was completed around 280 BC and destroyed in an earthquake in 226 BC, leaving a window of roughly 60 years when all seven wonders were intact. Although often erroneously called cliff notes, the familiar yellow study guides that generations of students have consulted are actually called Cliff's Notes, as in Cliff's Notes, named after the man, Clifton Hillegas, who created the study guides back in the late 1950s. Around 18 to 35% of the population is affected by photic sneeze reflex, where an individual sneezes in reaction to bright light exposure. The mechanism of action is not well understood by researchers, and due to how relatively harmless the condition is, there hasn't been significant research into it. The erector pili are small muscles attached to hair follicles in mammals and responsible for goosebumps. When you get goosebumps, the minute muscles pull on the follicle, creating the bump on your skin and raising the hair upwards. Fastnet Rock is the southernmost point in Ireland. The tiny islet is scarcely large enough to hold a lighthouse that sits upon it, and is referred to as Ireland's teardrop, both on account of its geographic location and, more importantly, because it was the last bit of Ireland that 19th century Irish emigrants saw as they sailed to North America. Dandelions are prolific seed bearers. A single dandelion plant can produce over 20,000 seeds, and an acre of grassland, danced with dandelions, can produce over 240 million seeds per year. The Nintendo Company was founded in 1889 to produce playing cards and, to this day, despite significantly larger holdings in the video game industry, at least in Japan, still produces playing cards. The shadow on horizontal sundials in the northern hemisphere moves around the face of the sundial in a clockwise fashion, but in the southern hemisphere, the shadow on horizontal sundials moves in the counterclockwise fashion. Here's a brain teaser for you to think about. What direction do shadows go for someone living on the equator? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Your hike through the grocery store to get the basic staples like sugar and flour isn't accidental. Modern grocery store layouts are designed so that shoppers have to walk past more profitable products before reaching staple items at the back and outer aisles of the store. In the mid-1990s, a microbiologist named Raul Cano successfully revived a 45-million-year-old yeast culture. Using the techniques he perfected, he and his partners now brew beer using the ancient yeast he's brought back to life. The names buffalo and bison might be used interchangeably for the large herd animals found in the Canadian and American Midwest, but the correct name is bison, as buffalo are a separate species found only in Africa and Asia. The color of the little glass bubble found inside the sprinkler heads of fire sprinkler systems indicates the temperature at which it bursts and activates the sprinkler. Orange is the lowest temperature, and black is the highest. Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey through some amazing facts. Which fact surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Until next time, stay curious and you have a great day.